Catherine, now the Princess of Wales, has become a global fashion icon, particularly when she wears the Cambridge Lover's Knot tiara. This iconic piece of jewelry, with its diamond arches and dangling pearls, has become a centerpiece in some of her most memorable public appearances. From diplomatic receptions to state banquets, Catherine's choice of this tiara reflects her respect for royal tradition and her ability to make historical pieces feel fresh and relevant. The Cambridge Lover's Knot tiara, commissioned by Queen Mary in 1913, is a replica of an earlier tiara owned by Princess Augusta of Hesse Castle. It gained prominence when worn by Princess Diana, who received it as a wedding gift from Queen Elizabeth II. Catherine's decision to wear it connects her to this legacy, adding emotional and historical weight to her appearances. Catherine has worn the tiara at several significant events, each time pairing it with carefully chosen outfits to highlight her style. In December 2015, she debuted the tiara at the diplomatic reception, wearing a white Jenny Packham gown. In July 2017, she wore it for a state banquet honoring the Spanish royal family, choosing a blush pink Marquesa lace dress. Most recently, in December 2023, she rewore a pink sequin Jenny Packham gown for the diplomatic reception, demonstrating her commitment to sustainable fashion. Catherine's appearances in the Lover's Knot tiara are not merely fashion moments. They symbolize her role as a modern royal who honors tradition while embracing contemporary values like sustainability. Her style resonates with audiences worldwide, including Americans, who admire her ability to blend regal elegance with approachability. The Cambridge Lover's Knot tiara is a masterpiece of royal jewelry, commissioned by Queen Mary in 1913 through the House of Gerard, designed to replicate an earlier tiara owned by her grandmother, Princess Augusta of Hesse Castle. The tiara features a delicate arrangement of intertwined lover's knots, diamond arches, and large drop pearls. It became iconic when worn by Princess Diana, who received it as a wedding gift from Queen Elizabeth II in 1981. Despite its beauty, Diana reportedly found it heavy, sometimes causing headaches. After Diana's passing in 1997, the tiara returned to the royal collection, and Catherine has since made it a staple of her wardrobe for state occasions, wearing it 11 times from 2015 to 23. In December 2015, Catherine made her first public appearance wearing the Cambridge Lover's Knot tiara at the annual diplomatic reception at Buckingham Palace. This white tie event, one of the largest and most prestigious in the royal calendar, welcomes over 1,500 members of the diplomatic corps, including ambassadors and high commissioners from around 130 countries. For this occasion, Catherine chose a white gown by Jenny Packham, a British designer known for her elegant evening wear. Although specific details of the gown's design are not widely documented, it was likely a floor-length style with subtle embellishments, such as lace or beading, consistent with Packham's signature aesthetic. The white gown provided a classic, clean backdrop that allowed the tiara to shine as the focal point of her look. She paired the ensemble with the understated jewelry, ensuring the tiara remained the star. This debut marked a significant moment, as comparisons to Princess Diana were inevitable. However, Catherine's poised and modern approach set her apart. In July 2017, Catherine wore the Cambridge Lover's Knot tiara for a state banquet at Buckingham Palace, honoring King Felipe and Queen Letizia of Spain. State banquets are among the most formal events hosted by the British royal family, designed to welcome visiting heads of state and foster diplomatic relations. This particular banquet was part of a 3-day state visit, the first by the current Spanish monarch since 1986, and occurred at a time when nurturing UK-Spain relations was crucial amid Brexit negotiations. Catherine's outfit for the evening was a blush pink lace dress by Marquesa, an American fashion house known for its romantic and feminine designs. The gown featured a plunging neckline and intricate lace detailing, adding a touch of drama and modernity to her look. The low neckline was noted as one of her boldest fashion choices, earning praise for its elegance and sophistication. She accessorized with Elizabeth's bandeau ruby necklace, a wedding gift to Queen Elizabeth II from her parents, which added a vibrant pop of color and further connected Catherine to royal history. The tiara, with its sparkling diamonds and pearls, completed the ensemble, creating a regal yet approachable appearance. Catherine's most recent appearance in the Cambridge Lover's Knot Tiara was on December 5, 2023, at the diplomatic reception at Buckingham Palace, hosted by King Charles III. This event marked his second time leading the annual gathering since his accession in September 22. Catherine, joined by Prince William, King Charles, and Queen Camilla, dazzled in a pink sequin gown by Jenny Packham. Notably, she had worn the same gown earlier in 2023 for the royal wedding of Crown Prince Hussein of Jordan and Princess Rajwa, demonstrating her commitment to sustainable fashion. The gown featured a bejeweled neckline and statement belt detailing with silver crystal embellishments at the collar, torso, and waist, making it a striking piece. Catherine accessorized with Queen Elizabeth's Greville chandelier earrings, large silver drop earrings that added extra sparkle, and the Dame Grand Cross of the Royal Victorian Order Star and sash, symbolizing her contributions to the monarchy. Her hair, styled in loose waves, framed the tiara perfectly, enhancing its prominence. Catherine's appearances in the Cambridge Lover's Knot Tiara are not just fashion moments. They encapsulate her role as a modern royal who honors the past while embracing contemporary values. The tiara links her to Princess Diana, whose fashion choices made royal events feel accessible and relatable. For an American audience, this blend of tradition and modernity is particularly compelling. Catherine's style can be compared to American icons like Jackie Kennedy, who also used fashion to convey elegance and diplomacy. Moreover, Catherine's choice of designers like Jenny Packham and Marchesa reflects a transatlantic influence, bridging British and American fashion. Packham's embellished gowns are reminiscent of red carpet looks seen at events like the Oscars, while Marchesa's romantic designs evoke the glamour of Hollywood. This fusion makes Catherine's style universally appealing as she navigates the delicate balance between regal duty and personal expression. Each time Catherine wears the Cambridge Lover's Knot tiara, she reinforces her position as a key figure in the royal family, capable of carrying the weight of its history, both literally and figuratively. The tiara, with its intricate design and storied past, is a symbol of continuity, connecting her to Queen Mary, Princess Diana, and the broader legacy of the monarchy. Yet, her ability to pair it with modern, sustainable fashion choices shows her forward-thinking approach, making her a role model for future generations. As an American observer, I find Catherine's ability to embody both tradition and progress inspiring. Her appearances in the Lover's Knot tiara are not just about the sparkle, they are about the story they tell, a story of duty, elegance, and a commitment to making the monarchy relevant in the 21st century. Whether welcoming diplomats or honoring foreign royals, Catherine continues to set the standard for royal fashion, proving that true style transcends borders. I choose Kate. King Charles shocks Camilla. Yes, you heard that right. A statement that seemed like a private remark has reverberated and quickly spread, becoming a shocking focal point for the royal family. It not only wounded Queen Camilla's pride, but also exposed a greater truth: the deep cracks within the heart of the Windsor family regarding power, loyalty, and the future of the British monarchy. This is not simply a palace squabble between the king and queen. It is a sign of instability, covert struggles for influence during a generational transition in the royal family. Above all, it raises a profoundly thorny question. Is the British royal family still strong enough to face the new era? To better understand this rising undercurrent, we need to review the three key figures shaping this story. First, King Charles III, the man who has spent his entire life striving for recognition, but has always been overshadowed by the immense legacy of the late Queen Elizabeth II, a king representing the past, tradition, and reform efforts amid turmoil. Next, Queen Camilla, the most controversial figure in the current royal family, who has overcome decades of criticism to earn the title of queen. But now she faces the risk of being sidelined by her own husband. Finally, we're showing Princess Kate, the symbol of modernity, elegance, and the new hope for the monarchy, especially in the eyes of the British public. So, What happened? According to backstage sources, during a private meeting, King Charles openly expressed unreserved support for Kate Middleton, calling her the ideal face to continue upholding the monarchy's majesty and friendly image in the 21st century. A statement that sounds simple, but to Camilla, it was like a dagger thrust into the position and power she had struggled to build. Why did Charles choose Kate instead of maintaining traditional balance? Is this a clever strategy to bolster the public's wavering trust? Or does it signal a silent civil war gradually erupting within the royal family? Could Kate Middleton, the woman who entered the palace as a commoner, be quietly becoming the trump card in the harsh and unforgiving chess game of power? All these questions will be unraveled one by one in today's video. But first, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to not miss any captivating backstage stories about the British royal family, where behind the glamour lie secrets that stun the world. To understand why King Charles's "the choose Kate" statement caused such a shock, we need to look back at his role and character not just as a husband, but as a monarch bearing the future of an entire institution. King Charles III, the man who endured the longest wait for the throne in British history, is not merely a symbol of succession. He is a figure who has steered the royal family through some of its most turbulent periods. From Prince Andrew's sex scandal, which severely damaged the royal family's reputation, to the unending crises involving Harry and Meghan, King Charles has continuously faced fierce criticism from both the media and the public. In this context, Charles has had to choose the path of a cautious reformer, preserving traditional values while modernizing to prevent the monarchy from becoming an outdated relic in the New World. In terms of personality, Charles is a man full of contradictions, profound, yet sometimes overly sensitive to public attacks. He is renowned for his dedication to environmental issues and charitable projects, but also highly perceptive in grasping societal shifts, especially in the digital media era, where a small scandal can topple a decades-built image. It's no surprise, then, that Charles sees in Kate Middleton an invaluable asset for the royal family. To him, Kate is not just the wife of the heir Prince William, but a living symbol of stability, dignity, and public affection. In a royal family battered by too many wounds, Kate's image, simple yet exuding royal elegance, is the bridge between a glorious past and a hopeful future. Charles understands that to protect the legacy he has just inherited, to restore the public's faltering trust, he needs figures like Kate more than ever. And that is why the statement "I choose Kate" carries far more meaning than a mere compliment. It is a strategy. It is a declaration of power. And for some, in the royal family, especially Camilla, it is a cold warning that times have changed. Camilla, the woman once branded the other woman, who, in a strange twist of fate, ascended to the throne with the title of queen. Camilla's story is far from simple. She was not born to be queen, nor was she immediately beloved by the British public. Camilla was seen as the shadow that broke the legendary marriage between Charles and Princess Diana, the woman dubbed the People's Princess. For decades, she lived under suspicion, whispers, and scrutiny from the public, the media, and even the aristocracy. Yet, she stayed. Camilla quietly did her work supporting Charles, engaging in charity, and serving as a steadfast pillar. When Queen Elizabeth II expressed her wish for Camilla to be called Queen Consort before her passing, it was not just a title endorsement, it was a weighty approval from Britain's most powerful woman. However, the shadow of the past has not let her go. Camilla, despite being queen, cannot escape harsh comparisons to Diana, the symbol of kindness and tragedy, and now to Kate, the perfect model Britain expects for the royal family's future. The contrast is stark. Kate is younger, more beloved, with a humble background, yet embraced as a modern princess. Meanwhile, Camilla, despite her tireless efforts, is often seen as an interloper rather than a centerpiece. It's not hard to imagine Camilla's mindset upon hearing Charles say, "I choose Kate." To her, it wasn't just a nod to her daughter-in-law. It was a dangerous signal that she was gradually being replaced, pushed to the sidelines in the very reign she had fought her entire life to enter. She had lost her position once to Diana. Could it be happening again with Kate? This question leads us to the heart of the story where titles, public affection, and even the throne are no longer certain for anyone. And now the spotlight turns to another figure, one who, in just 2 decades, has transformed the royal family's image in the public's eyes, Princess Kate. Kate Middleton's story is like a modern romance, a girl from a middle-class family, once living in a modest suburban home, who stepped into the thousand-year-old world of royalty. But what makes Kate unique is not just her marriage to Prince William, it's how she has shaped her role, always elegant, never embroiled in scandal, and most importantly, maintaining a strong connection with the British public's heart. In a royal family shaken by scandals, controversies, and the departure of younger members, Kate has emerged as a symbol of stability and modernity. She represents a new generation respectful of tradition, but understanding the value of softness, compassion, and closeness to the people. From mental health campaigns in early childhood education to accompanying the most solemn ceremonies, Kate always appears impeccable and full of emotion, like a bridge linking the monarchy's past to its future. To King Charles III, Kate is not merely a daughter-in-law. She is the ideal daughter-in-law, someone he has publicly praised multiple times in the media. Charles, deeply aware of the power of image in the media age, sees in Kate a vital element for the monarchy's revival. No scandals like Harry and Meghan, no lingering wounds like those from Diana's era. Kate brings a fresh breeze to Charles's reign, steady, likable, and full of promise. So when Charles uttered the words, "I choose Kate," it was not just personal recognition. It was a declaration to the nation that he was betting the monarchy's future on this woman, a highly strategic choice, a gamble that, if successful, could ensure the monarchy's survival for generations to come. And then what was bound to happen, happened. According to a close source from within Buckingham Palace, believed to be a guard present in the room that day, a secret strategic meeting was convened in the famed West Drawing Room. The main objective was to discuss the next steps to bolster the British royal family's image, amid a serious erosion of public trust, following a series of scandals involving Prince Andrew and relentless attacks from Harry and Meghan across the Atlantic. In a room draped in plush red velvet carpets, with portraits of past monarchs hanging solemnly on the walls, the atmosphere was heavy, as if everyone knew this would not be an ordinary meeting. Seated at the head of the table was King Charles III, his face tense, hands resting on a prepared strategic dossier. Around him were senior advisors, a few close royal family members, and seated next to him, Queen Camilla. The air remained silent until Charles stood, adjusted his jet black suit jacket, and began to speak. According to the guard's account, Charles initially emphasized the importance of reshaping the monarchy's image in the public's eyes, stressing the need for a symbol of stability, elegance, and likability, especially for the younger generation. And then, without warning, Charles dropped the statement that shook the room. "We need a face that can represent the future of the British royal family. And to me, the most ideal person for that role is Catherine, Princess of Wales. She is not only an exemplary wife, a devoted mother, but also an inspiring role model. Kate is the future of the monarchy." A sudden silence enveloped the room. All eyes turned to Camilla, who sat motionless, lips pursed, her gaze seemingly lost for a few seconds. Throughout the nearly 3-minute speech, Charles did not mention her, not her role in holding the royal family steady through years of crisis, not the charitable work she tirelessly pursued. Only Kate, her name repeated like an unapologetic declaration. The source revealed that after the meeting ended, Camilla left the room without a word. Her face was so tense that another guard had to open the door for her in absolute silence. But the story didn't end there. About 20 minutes later, a suppressed but sharply toned argument echoed from a room within the area reserved for royal family members. One internal advisor confirmed it was a private exchange between Charles and Camilla, and it was far from gentle. Though the specific content has not been disclosed, according to a guard stationed nearby, Camilla raised her voice, with phrases like being overlooked, deliberately ignored, and "I am not Diana's shadow," nor Kate's, uttered in a tone of utmost anger. Clearly, Petom, this was no longer a mere marital conversation. It was a confrontation between two powers in the royal family, the one who fought to ascend the throne, and the one quietly being prepared for the throne of the future. Less than an hour later, rumors began leaking outside, despite the royal family's efforts to keep it quiet. And like an undercurrent, people started whispering, is Camilla's reign beginning to fade? Has Kate Middleton, the perfect daughter-in-law, become the true trump card in the succession game? The question now is not just what did Charles say, but why did Charles choose this moment to say it, and what consequences it holds for those involved? First, let's talk about Kate's significance. Since Harry and Meghan abandoned their royal duties and moved to America, leaving behind an unprecedented media earthquake, and as Prince Andrew sank deeper into a shocking sex scandal, Kate Middleton has been almost the only steadfast shield protecting the British royal family's image. She not only upholds moral standards and dignity, but also maintains public affection, a priceless asset in an era when trust in the monarchy is waning. To the public, Kate is not just the Princess of Wales. She is a symbol of stability, a friendly face that makes the royal family seem less distant, less outdated. And to Charles, Kate is the key piece to safeguard the monarchy's future, not just through her beautiful image, but through a logical continuation for the era after him. That's why declaring Kate as the future of the monarchy is not just a polite compliment, it is a strategy. A signal to the entire nation that the royal family is not just relying on the past to survive, but has a clear plan for the future. However, every action comes at a case. For Camilla, that statement was nothing short of a direct blow to the position and efforts she has built over 2 decades. Don't forget to ascend to the throne. Camilla endured years of vilification by the British media and public. Labeled the other woman, the one who shattered Diana's happiness. It took years of charity work, maintaining a low-profile image, and standing by Charles through the darkest times for Camilla to gradually gain acceptance, a fragile acceptance, always battling Diana's memory in the public's heart. Yet, in just a few brief minutes, Charles shifted all the spotlight to Kate, a younger, scandal-free figure loved without much effort, and implicitly pushed Camilla into the shadows. That is a pain beyond words. Behind the scenes, some sources even suggest Camilla felt betrayed by the man she sacrificed her entire life to stand beside. She was not only overlooked in that pivotal moment, but forced to witness Kate, someone who gained public love, effortlessly receive the trust she never fully had. As for Charles, was this simply a moment of impulsiveness or a carefully calculated move? It's clear that Charles, once criticized as outdated and media inept, now understands that in the social media age, image holds more power than any explanation. And Kate's image, with her warm smile, happy family, and unblemished record, is the most valuable insurance policy the royal family has. Some royal experts speculate that Charles may have deliberately elevated Kate's image to solidify the foundation of his reign and, further, for Prince William's reign to come. However, the cost is Camilla's hurt, a wound not easily healed. The question now is, will Camilla yield, silently enduring as she has for years? Or will this crack grow too large to mend, leading to consequences the royal family didn't anticipate? Throughout her life, Camilla has grown accustomed to standing in the shadows, yielding the spotlight to others. But this time, the sense of threat cuts deeper than ever. Some sources indicate that Camilla has begun to suspect Charles is deliberately pushing her out of the light. Could it be that, with his public praise for Kate, Charles is quietly preparing a new image for the royal family, one where Camilla is no longer central? That insecurity stems not just from being overlooked in a single moment. It comes from a deeper fear that after all the sacrifices, struggles, and endurance to achieve her position today, Camilla might once again become the outsider remembered by history as merely a fleeting chapter in the story of Charles and Kate. Meanwhile, on the other side, Kate, the unintended focal point of this storm, is trying to maintain neutrality. Some describe Kate as uncomfortable in the days following the incident. No statements have been issued from the Princess of Wales's office, no triumphant smiles, no actions suggesting she is reveling in the king's public favor. In Kate's heart, there is likely a keen understanding every compliment directed at her could be an invisible dagger to Camilla, her husband's stepmother, and a part of the family. Outside the palace, the public and media have erupted into fierce debates. Newspapers run bold headlines: Charles chooses Kate, new strategy or betrayal of Camilla. Social media is sharply divided. One side praises Charles for recognizing Kate's true value, seen as the only hope for the royal family. The other expresses sympathy for Camilla, arguing she deserves more respect after all she has quietly contributed to the royal family over 2 decades. Some comments even dredge up the painful past of Charles, Diana, Camilla. With cryptic remarks, history is repeating itself. And this time, Camilla is the one hurt. Undeniably, whether intentional or not, Charles has dropped a media bomb at a time when the royal family can ill afford more cracks. A bomb named "I Choose Kate." Looking back at the history of the British royal family, internal competition is hardly rare. Behind the glamorous facade and public smiles, there have always been silent, sometimes fierce, rivalries. Recall Queen Elizabeth II and her sister, Princess Margaret. One bore the weight of the nation, bound by strict rules. The other craved freedom and a vibrant life. Their differences created years of tension between the sisters, despite maintaining an outward appearance of unity. Deep down, Princess Margaret always felt left behind by Elizabeth's untouchable aura. Or consider the story of Diana and Camilla, a wound that never healed in royal memory. Under the world's spotlight, Diana was a beloved icon, while Camilla was reviled as the other woman. The rivalry was not just for Charles's love, but a fierce struggle for public affection and historical standing. More recently, the silent confrontation between Harry, Meghan, and William, Kate. One side chose to leave the royal family, exposing injustices. The other stayed, continuing to bear responsibilities and maintain a stable image. That battle not only tore the Windsor family apart, but laid bare irreconcilable conflicts for the world to see. From these historical slices, it's clear the nature of the British royal family has always been a dual stage. On one side, they perform unity and traditional beauty. On the other, behind the curtain, silent competitions for public affection and power play out day by day, hour by hour. And this time, the confrontation, if it can be called that, between Camilla and Kate is not merely a personal conflict. It is a struggle for the right to represent the monarchy's future. Camilla, a symbol of recovery from scandal, constantly strives to prove she deserves her place. Kate, the embodiment of elegance and modernity, is the bridge to a new generation, one the royal family desperately seeks to win over. Thus, though outwardly everything is strained to maintain calm, every glance, every heart in the royal family silently understands the future belongs to whoever captures the public's heart more. And after Charles's shocking declaration, "I choose Kate," the balance seems to have tipped. Why does Charles favor Kate so much? One could say Kate is the one capable of connecting and capturing the public's heart. The affection for her stems not just from her elegant beauty or fashion sense, but from her exceptional media handling, her ability to engage with the public, and crucially, her role as the mother of three heirs: George, Charlotte, and Louis. In a royal family rife with tension and controversy, Kate is a symbol of stability and trust, a model many believe the royal family needs to regain public credibility. Compared to Camilla, the contrast becomes even clearer. Camilla, despite her efforts to win public affection and affirm her role as queen, carries the burden of her past, the controversies with Diana, the doubts about her earlier relationship with Charles. Kate, on the other hand, is untainted by historical blemishes. A woman of modest, middle-class origins, this very background enhances her appeal. Kate is free of complex relationships or noisy scandals, instead embodying a pure, approachable image, always ready to support the community. With all this, Kate seems to be the strategic card Charles cannot overlook. In an era when the royal family faces relentless scandals and criticism, especially regarding Harry and Meghan, As well as past conflicts, Kate is the shining figure the monarchy can cling to. It could be said that Charles is placing Kate at the center as a way to bolster public trust in the monarchy and show the nation that the royal family can remain steadfast, even in the toughest times. This may well be a brilliant strategy, as Charles recognizes that without change, without new untainted symbols, the monarchy cannot survive in an age where the public questions everything, from politics to family. But will Kate truly become Camilla's replacement in the future? And will Camilla accept her role moving forward? Or will she fight to reclaim that spotlight? We will have to wait for the next developments in this dramatic saga. Camilla's challenges, despite officially becoming queen, her path has been anything but easy. She not only faces a controversial past, but now must contend with constant comparisons to other women in the family, especially Diana and Kate. Diana, who died tragically yet remains ever present in the public's heart, is a shadow Camilla can never escape. Diana was a symbol of public adoration, while Camilla, even as queen, must fight to prove herself. Diana was not just a wronged wife, but a model against which Camilla is perpetually measured. While Diana was a woman who loved the public, Camilla, despite her efforts, cannot erase that image in many people's eyes. And now, Kate emerges as a new rival not for Charles's affection, but for the role of symbol. Kate easily captures the public's heart with her elegance, stability, and powerful influence as a devoted mother and wife. This connection with the public increasingly pushes Camilla to the sidelines. Moreover, Camilla's position within the family and in the public's eyes is growing increasingly unstable. As queen, she holds a power, but she cannot fully capture the public's affection like Diana and Kate. She is constantly compared, always defending her place. This is no small challenge for anyone, especially for Camilla, who has spent so much time and effort to achieve what she has today. Camilla's psyche must surely be uneasy. She may feel isolated, especially when Charles, her greatest support, now directs much of his attention to Kate. Though she may not express it publicly, in private exchanges, in quiet moments late at night in the palace, does Camilla not sense a shift in Charles's demeanor? She may feel she is no longer the most important person in Charles's life, replaced by Kate, the one Charles may see as the ideal successor, not just in the family but in the public's eyes. All these challenges force Camilla to constantly face insecurity. The comparisons to Diana and Kate may make her feel she is losing Charles's trust, the man she once relied on to survive in the royal family. Can Camilla maintain her steadfast role, or will she face even greater storms in her royal life? King Charles's first choose Kate statement has sent shockwaves everywhere, not only for its startling nature, but because it revealed simmering tensions among key royal family members. Camilla, Kate, and Charles, these three figures, have become the center of a clear power struggle right at Buckingham Palace. This event is not just about words spoken in a royal meeting. It reflects a complex picture of power dynamics, loyalty, and each person's position within the royal family. And it reveals a lesser-known side. The British royal family is not merely a glamorous symbol of power and wealth, but a stage for covert power plays that only those involved truly understand. The big question, is whether Kate will become the uncrowned queen of the royal family, wielding influence greater than Queen Camilla herself in the future. And what will Camilla do to protect her position when she feels threatened by Charles's favor toward Kate? Or is Charles risking the royal family's unity by allowing internal tensions to potentially fracture the monarchy's public image? These are the questions we must seek answers to, as the future of the British royal family may be shaped by the choices and reactions at this moment. Call to audience engagement. So, what do you think about this situation? Was Charles right to choose Kate? Or is this just an overblown internal drama amplified by the media? We'd love to hear your thoughts, so don't hesitate to share your views in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated with more fascinating royal stories. We'll always bring you the latest, most in-depth insights into the lives and secrets within the royal palace. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. See you in the next one, with more dramatic and surprising royal tales.